This video is our presentation of King Gold Jewelry. It's a NASDAQ listed stock, trading our ticker KGJI. Real nice climb back here from a bottom in August, under $1, to make a move, break back above the key 50 and 200-day moving averages, surge all the way to highs in October at 245, fell back recently, but took back on some buying pressure on Thursday and Friday, including closing up 8.5% on Friday, 270,000 shares traded. It's not terrible liquidity for the play, but back over top of the 50-day moving average, and established a new support level right here around $1.58, $1.60, and there's a little bit more right here at $1.75. So we want to pay attention to this for some upward pressure to continue. See if the RSIs can break back above 50. Just show that this chart's building momentum again. Not getting a whole lot from the MACD as the stock went through a pretty hefty sell-off, dropping from highs, but right back down around zero. And that's the point we're going to look for this 12 to continue to turn and move back towards the 26 EMA. And we'll look for that bullish cross right there around the zero mark to show continuation in the upward trend. Similar look to the PPO. ADX has certainly cooled off. Up over top of 60 is a pretty high reading. That would be a point I'd be looking for a pullback in the chart. But now back down at 32, moving back more into that neutral position, back into what's considered a trading range, and a neutral look with the positive and negative DIs. So it's a good point to start to look for some upward pressure again from the ADX as well. MFI, 7 certainly dipped a few different times below 50, but for the most part now, holding that range at the upper end of the indicator for several months. All three components right now tucked right around 50, so we'll certainly want to see them move back over top of that benchmark level and show that people are paying higher prices for the stock. Accumulation distribution, pretty steep drop. Of course, that reflects the sell-off. Some profit taking clearly went on after the run from the bottom. Pretty early on, but a little curl happening right now. All I can hope for is for that to continue. Pretty similar with shake and money flow. Just now showing some buying pressure coming back into the play. It's not really bullish till it breaks back above zero to show that over 20 period increments, buying pressure is outweighing selling pressure. CCI is breaking back upward. Looks like it's going to make it through negative 100. Bottom feeders use that as a buy point, and it'd be a hold unless it breaks right back down through negative 100. And just a point in case through that, you can see right through here, the technical buy signal for the CCI doesn't come in until it breaks through 100, which would be right here. And again, technically speaking, the sell signal is on the break back down through 100. But the reason bottom feeders will chase it right through here sometimes, especially used in conjunction with the other indicators, it's because you can see that break of negative 100 came right through here. So you catch a little bit more of the move as compared to where the official buy signal came in up here around $1.10. So when I say used in conjunction, stock at a support level, CCI breaking through negative 100. Even though the price retreated back down to that support level, CCI held above negative 100 and then continued to climb. And you can see, of course, what happened following that as far as making the big move to the top. Just a little bit of a quick explanation as why people use that as a buy point. Even though it's clearly very early on, it's much more risky, but that's the methodology behind it. Full still, bear chart territory, under 50. Again, just a little bit of a curl because of the buying pressure over the last 2 days. Still early, want to see it over top of 50, show that the bulls are in control of momentum. And the trick's a lagging indicator. Not going to get anything from that on a stock that's retreated as quickly as this one has. Just want to see it hold over top of zero, rotate, drop the bullish cross, show the trend's going back into bull mode. RSIs, as I mentioned, want to see them over top of 50, show that bullish momentum is being held in the play. And you can see coming off of that bottom, climbing back towards, let's just take a look at the red and gold lines, the 14 and 21 RSIs. You can see in essence, basically holding that mark, that's when the stock price is climbing. Similar sort of mentality is what we're looking for now. Get back over top of 50 and hold that mark, show the bulls are in charge. Now off of this run, I'm going to put a pretty important support level down on the bottom right there around $1.58. If it falls through that, not only is it back below the 50-day moving average, but there's not a lot of support in sight again until all the way back down here near $1.30. And obviously that's a pretty hefty fall from Friday's closing price of $1.80. So that would be my lower end support that I'd want to see stay intact. As I mentioned, there's a little bit more that comes right in there at $1.75 that it just pushed through. It was a short-term resistance point at the end of September, early part of October, and it happens to tie right in with the 50-day moving average, which is at $1.73. So if it wants to pull back to start this week out, that would be the first place I'd have my eyes set to see if it's going to show strength and hold that 50-day and try and push upward towards the resistance level up around 205. Now there's a little bit more resistance that comes in right through here, but I'm not super concerned with that. I think this level is going to be a much more difficult level at 205. And if it breaks through that, it's probably going to go up and challenge old highs up around $2.20 and potentially even this 245 peak. But in general, I'm just looking for this to see if it's going to reverse and continue on this upward path it started since finding a bottom in August. Again, I'd reiterate that key support level at the low end of $1.58 as a point I'd really want to see stay intact. Those are the type of things that I'll be looking for in the KGJI chart, but as always, merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.